Okay, so we're going to take some time to answer some questions that you posed from the stemcenterblog.com. So the number one question this week has been about our scavenger hunt exercise and activity. And it has really focused on whether or not the instructions are up to par for all the teachers out there. And this particular case, this comes in from Jared S. From New Jersey. This was a fun activity, but the instructions did not make a whole lot of sense. And as a result, we ended up getting 4 stars out of 5. So I'd like to take this time on this podcast to set the record straight as to how to actually set up and use our scavenger hunt activities.
And first thing I'd like to do is just remind you where you can get the scavenger hunts, and that's at Teachers Pay Teachers. And if you look at number 7, scavenger hunt, click on that. It'll take you to that page where you can purchase. Most of our scavenger hunts are less than $3. As you can see, the metric scavenger hunt is listed for $2.85.
Of course, the next biggest problem with the scavenger hunt, from what I have heard from other teachers, is how can the students start anywhere? It only makes sense that they start at the red star. But if we take a closer look at this, it's really not a problem. They can start anywhere, at any poster.
The number you have dialed has been changed.
Okay, so this is our scavenger hunt, and this is a much smaller version, as you can see, of our posters. And what we can take a look at is, as you can see, this is our clue. Objects which are irregularly shaped bodies and not yet large enough to be planets. And the answer is going to be on another poster, and that's going to be planetesimals. Then the next clue, the innermost planet in our solar system. And that's going to be on the next poster, which is going to be Mercury. And then you've got the clue, the second planet from the sun, and the brightest planet in the sky is Venus. So as you can see, that's exactly how it works. And for each one of these, you need to write down the letter. So C, then O, then S, then M, then O. And of course, that ends up spelling out cosmonaut. Okay? So really, not that hard. Not that hard. So if I were to start at Uranus, I would write down the Uranus as the answer, and then I would write down U as my first answer on my answer sheet. So I've got Uranus and a U, and then I go back up. I've got the clue is once considered a planet. This is now classified as a dwarf planet. And of course that leads to the next poster, which is Pluto. So I write down Pluto and T. Pluto and T. And I'm going to set this down so I can explain this for you. If you take a look at this, we've got U, T, S, P, A, C, E, and so on and so forth. Then I go back, Big Bang has the star next to it. So this will end up being my first letter in my phrase.
Compare our answer sheet with our master answer sheet. And as you can see, it's exactly the same. You did not have to start at the red star in order to do the scavenger hunt. So I really hope that this clears up the red star mystery. And remember that you can go to www.thestemcenterblog.com and actually see a full explanation and why we have these scavenger hunts. It gets the kids out of their chairs. It's a mobile activity. As you can see, this poster has the red star. Do we have to start here? No. Is she starting here? Yes. And if she's starting here, she's looking at the clue, but she's going to write down the word micro, and then she's going to write down the letter that corresponds with that poster over to the right. She goes to the following poster that has the answer, which is meter. She writes down meter. She writes down the letter. And she looks at the next clue, which is 1,000 meters. So 1,000 meters, well, it's probably kilometers. Yeah, so the answer is kilometers. It takes her to this poster. And as you can see, there's the letter, the clue for the next poster. And they use the next clue to go to the next poster. And the answer is centimeter, so they write down centimeter, but they're also writing down the letter P. And of course, the student answer sheet is provided, but do you have to use that? No, not at all. And of course, there is a fast checking system that saves you a ton of time as far as grading goes. Many thanks to all of our actors and actresses, and thanks to the producer especially. Have a great night.